Well, welcome in. Um, welcome in. We'll get started in just a moment. Okay, so that's done. Not sure how much I'll work in this project, but just figured it's a fun thing to do. I don't know. So I haven't been live the past 2 days. Pretty much, I've been doing a lot of college work on Saturday and Sunday, which I had more due this Sunday again. It's like a weekly thing. Anyways, here we are. New project. Using Java 21, Gradle 8.12. Yeah. I have a private repository already set up for it. What we need now is to go to the Minestom documentation. Welcome in, warrior. Page not found. Great. There we go. Introduction. That's why. So dependencies. Java 21 or newer. Yep, got that. Maven Central. That's fine. Here we go. Let me again turn this down just a little bit. Okay. So this is, I'm not sure which version of Minecraft this is. It doesn't say. User is always the first 10 characters of commit hash. Maybe commits here. I believe they have so like it's also publishing views to preview upcoming features. Let's just go. Let's check this, right? February 9th, 2025. One 2104. I don't want to search branches. And it broke. Great. Never mind then. I know they have 1.21.4 because I used it not too long ago, but I don't remember exactly what the implementation for it is. They really should make it simpler. Let me check my phone on Discord. Man, they do not make it easy to find this. I suppose this one says okay, hold on. Alright, I think they have like someone in the Discord from 4 days ago said 121 4 and then another commit thing. Right? Branch. Yep, so branch 121 4. There's some characters of commit. So we go back here. And again, it doesn't break, right? There we go. Commits on February 4th, 2025. It's 6 days ago. There's 10 characters of the commit. So this one, latest one. Is this not like... Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. I'm just gonna assume that this will work. With that. And then reload. Radal changes. I don't know if that worked, but no, stop it. We will see. Minecraft server. Don't think it worked. So no. God, so annoying. They have to have like releases, right? So I was to go releases, they have deployments, right? But not any releases. Maybe it's this one? No, it's a poll. Is it not available yet or something? This is the commit we just tried. They use dependencies to versions. Perhaps this one? I don't know. It's only partially verified though. Perhaps I need... No, this looks like it, right? No other repositories needed. Gosh, I don't know why they have to make this so complicated. Right, we're using this commit. There's 10 characters or whatever. And just this one. Yep, that's the first 10. But does not work. One 121.4 121.4 dash and the, you know. This is so annoying. This is so unnecessary too. Nope, it copied. No, it didn't. Great, thanks. Thanks, browser. Copy. Try that. Nope, didn't load anything. Okay, this is ridiculous. Which commit do you want me to use, man? This is not the commit hash, or like, I don't know. It's only 7 characters, right? God. Discord. Again, Minestom Discord. Check that again. This is so stupid. Absolutely stupid. Okay, well, let's just use the one that they use in the Discord. Then B7 C38 FD36B. That didn't load either. That did nothing. Great. Really? Oh, there we go. Wait, it did work. The hell? Okay, well then which one can I use then? Can I go back to an older one? Does that still work? I don't... Or not an older one, but one I was using just before that. Like this one. Nope. Now it's broken again. Alright, I guess we're sticking with the one that was in the Discord from 4 days ago. Ridiculous. Anyways. Finally got that in. First server, right? So we have PSVM, Minecraft server, HVM. Now let's say we're gonna make this like our main class pretty much. Private static. Let's say if instance no. Actually, this should be like that. So start everything, and then we say public music Minecraft, right? Then we could say private final Minecraft server public Minecraft server server. Let's say get Minecraft server and then Minecraft server goes Minecraft server dot init. Basically what's going to happen is it's going to call, whenever our project starts, it's going to call this method. By default, that's just how Java works. It'll call the public static void main string args method. And then when that's called, it'll set the instance variable here, the static variable here, to a new version of our Minecraft class. So it'll call this constructor. And this constructor will set the Minecraft server. And there you go. So, yes, okay. What do we need now? So we have that, and we need to start it with the IP and the port, which is generally just this if it's local hosted, which is what it will be for testing, right? So we'll say, what would start server, start. That, great. And then we'll say public void stop server stop close. Really? There's only start method? whatever the close shut down or whatever. There used to be like a shutdown clean method or whatever. Running a server jar. Here's shadow. Task jar, manifest. We need something like this, right? Or build that Gradle here. So attributes for the jar, manifest attributes, and then our main class is right here. Right, and obviously we'll say assemble, not build. And shadow jar, we don't have shadow currently in our project. But we might need to do that, right? Gradle up. Let's check the latest Gradle up version. Getting started. 9.0.0 beta 8. Cool. Set up 8.3.0. Merge service files, bucket classifier, set to that. Okay. Welcome in Yemen. Cool. So that'll help us build it whenever we click on assemble right here. Okay. So do I have like an old Minestom project that I was working on in here somewhere? Can you just reference? Because I have used Minestom before. It's just been a while, right? So there's some things in there that I obviously, it's been a while. No. Sure, Minestom is it's like an implementation of the bucket server, except it's stripped. So it's like it's a bare bones implementation of the Minecraft server API or library, whatever. Bucket maybe? I don't know. But it's a bare bones implementation of the Minecraft server. So whenever as you can see here, we are literally creating our own Minecraft server right here, using Minestom. And it doesn't have like any of the features that Minecraft has. So it has like no Mojang code in it. So when we start the server, there's like going to be no functionality for anything like placing blocks or changing or opening chests or whatever. None of that stuff is going to have any functionality. So whatever we want to add to our server, we have to add ourselves. Instead of making a server in Spigot where it would be like you have to remove features that you don't want people to use, or or change something. Minestom is good for servers that are just like very basic things that you only need to add stuff that it's better for a server where it'll work it'll be less work to add the things you need than it would be to remove the things you don't need. So like a mini game server, for example, or something like that. My idea is like an RPG server, to be honest, with no block breaking or anything like that. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes. It's a big project, pretty much, but I don't know. Obviously, I still have Astro to work on, so Let's see. I think I know this person from Cortex. Anyways, thread architecture, Java X or Java AWT probably. I'm not sure what you mean by that, to be honest. Are you talking about here? You know that great old plugins section? What am I looking for? Right, I want to see Minestom. Here we go, this one. Okay, here is an old Minestom project I had, which has JSON stuff in it. And it has a common module and a main class. I feel like I've gotten further than this. Am I not? Okay, maybe this is a newer one. It doesn't have what I was looking for. Maybe this one. Yeah, here we go. This one has a lot more stuff in it that I can use for reference. Of course, it doesn't have the... God, I hate that. When you open an old project and the implementations or whatever just doesn't work anymore. Okay, console input. This is what I was looking for. Console input needs... This class is useful so you can actually type in the console. So we could just copy this stuff, right? Yeah, well, that's dumb. What's the point of copying the package if it doesn't want to copy it? Or console input. So, right, this will allow us to start, stop, and read from the console so we can actually type in it. Because last time I tried this, you couldn't actually type in the console. You needed like to do that manually. So yeah. I believe I said like console input start or whatever here. Let's see, why don't I check? So enable. So PSVM did load, which is here. And then it did enable, which has the Mojang auth and the server start. And then it starts input. So we could do that. Start server. Where do I want to put this? So that initializes that, right? Why don't I just say on enable, on disable like a plugin? Use that there. So this is saying this is a boolean to allow input or not, and starting will set allow input to true, and it'll call the read method. The read method will continuously loop through whatever, so it's got a scanner from system.in, and it has a command manager from our Minecraft server to get commands. That way we can execute any commands that we register. This is while allow input and scanner.has next. It'll get the input from that line, and then it'll say, okay, command line, command name is the input is split by space 0. And then if the command manager does not have that command name, then it will just continue. It'll say unknown command if you try to enter that. And otherwise it'll say command manager execute console sender and then the input. It's like executing a command. And on disable, obviously console input stop. And then I had log here, which uses logger, which is from SLF4J. I believe I had farm.common up here, here, farm.common. Yep, so we had to add SLF4J in there. Gosh, this looks so bad with the highlighting not enabled. Right. SLF4J. And also I had mini message. We go here, we say SLF4J. Okay. Library or whatever. 4j.org. Oh gosh. It's been so long since I worked on this. Is there like there's a download and is there is that really all I did? Compile only on that. 2.0.16. When is the it's like the latest version? That's what I'm looking for. User manual. Two point oh point 16 is still listed here, so I guess sure. Okay. Obviously, new module, common. Okay, here's our C folder with src main groovy. Well, first, here we've built that Gradle file. For that, inside that is just the groovy Gradle plugin. Now we have main groovy, right? src main groovy, and then we have the Gradle files here. So let's say common Gradle. Yes, add it. Actually, I should say mythic.common. Not Gradle. Okay. Typically we just have plugins, Java here. ID Java. Or we have the group, the version. We have basically all the default stuff in here, especially this and this. We'll just go ahead and add all this stuff in there. Okay, again, we have all this stuff, we can just go make a gradle.properties file to do this stuff, right? And which one are we using? And our actual build.gradle. Platform version, I think, was this. Right, SLF4J version. Yep. Minestom version. Okay. And that we are using this here. That is that. Mini message version. And that we can check for updates. Mini message. API. Groovy. 418. Right, compile only. Meanwhile, sorry. These are all compile only, and then label.gradle. Let's to implement the project, common module. I guess it works with compile only. So maybe the implementation here. Maybe implementing it here works just fine. Shadow, yep. Symbol, yep. Don't need that. Don't need this right now. And we could say id mythic.common. Should still work the same. It's for a common module, id mythic.common. And again, I think we can actually remove Java from this since it's in mythic.common. Cool. See, all of our imports still work. We can get rid of this because we have that set in here. We have that set in there. Don't need any dependencies or tests. So right now the build.gradle for common can just look like this. Okay. Now the common module is where we have all of our stuff that we can access in other modules. So we obviously want, like, say mythic. How to do it in this one? We had common farm class is just a this is like our plugin main class, right? Meanwhile, our farm main has the address and the port and loads and unenables. Meanwhile, this is just farm naked instance, right? So I don't need to have a way to get this main class in our common module because we don't need anything from it. It has nothing in it. Like, it's not extending anything. So we could just do that, right? Mythic. This will be mythic instance public static mythic get instance. We'll just return instance. And then we'll say void set instance, or we'll say void initialize init instance equals new mythic, like that. Private mythic, so we can't create a new class of it. And in here we can now say we can move the Minecraft server to that mythic class, right? Like that. That, and then in here we can have an on enable, void on disable, right? And on enable we can have the start call there. And we don't need, well, we can have this here. So we don't need this stuff. So now we just have this, we say mythic.init, okay, console input start after that. So once everything in our server is loaded up, and our project is loaded up, then we'll start the console input. Okay. And obviously mythic, we can just call get instance on that whenever we need it. Just mark it like that. Cool. On enable, and then obviously there's no stop method for that, weirdly enough. Yeah, Minecraft's, oh, that's why. It's a static method. Minecraft server stop cleanly. There we go. This will cleanly stop everything that it's doing, right? Stop the server properly, saves if needed, kicking players, etc. Okay, this music is has very inconsistent volume. We'll say. So now we can go. There we go. Right, our address and our port. We want it to be configurable though, I believe. But let's see, what else did I need before I start doing a bunch of stuff? We have our mini color class here. We can copy paste that over to here. Should work just fine. Yep, no errors or anything, just like that. Perfect. Great. Cool. What else do I want over here? We have module stuff, but I can add that later. Our configuration, which I'm going to add from elsewhere. More updated version. We have modules here. Don't need to add anything from there right now. You can log stuff. I would like to add. All right. We should do. So we have a logger. The logger equals logger factory.get logger for the class that we pass in. So what I would like to do is just in our main class here, private static logger. Okay. Go here, logger equals logger factory get logger this class. Get logger. Okay, come on. Class. Mythic Minecraft.class. There we go. That'll set our logger. Meanwhile, we want to now say logging. Here we can factor this to logging as well. Nope, not logging. Logging, there we go. When we build our project, this console input class will be put in the same package as this stuff right here. I will say log. Static log get instance. It can't be null, but we'll say public static void set instance again. We'll pass in our logger. Should we do that? Should we do it like this? We could just say init and then, you know, or we could put it in the same class as Mythic or package as Mythic and Mythic Minecraft and make this a like a package, a private method. Then we can say class, right? In which case we would say private static logger. We just define it here. Log factory. That way we wouldn't have it in here. Log.init. And the problem is that it needs to be public, right? But should be fine actually, since this is like the first thing that we're doing. If logger not equal null, then return and don't reset it basically. The first time we call it, it will initialize it, and then we don't need to, if we call this again, it won't do anything basically. You don't need that. We'll simply have public static void log, right? How did I do this before? We have a log method with a level and an input, and then replacements, right? Where's level stored at? Oh, right here. Sort of the same class. Sure, we can do that. We have like actual colors in here. Well, yeah, we can just copy and paste this over. Okay. And then obviously we have the list object replacements, right? So expand this out. Okay. All right, so obviously we need to parse our replacements for our message. So message for each string. Hmm. Error replacements. Oh really? Is that just, it just works like that? Yeah. Okay then. We don't have to worry about manually doing that then. It still looped through it, right? Yeah, input.for each. And if it's an error, we say we'll get an error. Otherwise, use the info method instead. If level equals level.error, turn logger error string replacements. Cool. Don't need to do anything else except for add the string, set the color of it, the level. Yeah. Right, and then we had the reset color here. String equals level.color plus string plus reset color. Here we go. The reason I'm doing it in here, looping through it in here, is so we don't have to check this for every string, because it should be the same for every string. Although, I don't know. We can just say, you can then just paste it down here, obviously, and info instead of whatever else it is, right? So success, or whatever. Public static void log no list string message no level log level message. Is this final, not nullable or whatever? Actually what we could do is say object replacements, then obviously pass in list out of replacements, so it'll use this method here. And if we have no replacements, then it's just an empty list. Yeah. Then obviously I want just this. If we have none, then of course it'll just be collections empty list. And here, get rid of level. And we just say level.info by default. Okay, and then obviously what string message, message, right? And same thing for this one. Okay. And we can't do that here because there's another parameter already after this. You can't have string dot message and then objects dot message. The dot thing has to be the last parameter. There's all that. Did I have anything else in here? we had throwable. Yeah. Let's copy this method here, the static get stat trace from the throwable. Well, what it does is it makes a new string writer and then a print writer, which takes in the string writer. I can say string writer, and then it prints the stat trace to the print writer, and then it flushes it, and then it returns string writer.toString. Okay, again, this music is very inconsistent with its volume. Yep, and then now we can say what we did was we just said logger.error message. We didn't actually print it in. Look static void log final not null throwable. Throwables are like exceptions. Like an exception is a throwable. Yep. Cool. Did we have anything else? Send command feedback. Yeah. Hmm. Why did I do it like that? Was like private with a list of string, and then send command feedback is just a string. I don't see, there's not a difference between them. This one's just calling this one anyways. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Alright. So this one looks like it's just sending this console sender the message of whatever command feedback, I guess. Let's see where this is used in here. One usage. Right here, no usages. So this isn't even used. I don't know what I need that for then. We will just comment it out for now. In case I need it later. Alright. Oh, that's our log class. We have our console input class as well. And then I want a benchmark class. What we have here is just a private static final map string long benchmarks static should call this benchmarks new hash map void start string id benchmarks put id system current time utils. That's a start static long end string id. So we'll say public static long get get time, or maybe get, what's a word for like check the how long it's been since it started. Get time, I don't know, just get time string id benchmarks get id 0l, so it'll return 0 by default. Okay, and we'll say long start equals get time id, and we will say the end will also remove it from the benchmarks map, and then we'll return system current time milliseconds minus start. So this will get start time actually. And then I want to say get current time, that is system current time minus that. So that means get start time, right? We're gonna say time equals get time, and then just return time after removing it. Cool. And that's the whole class. Although we also can do string message, or yeah, message to log. So log message, but yeah. So what did I do in here? All right, we added the level and then the log ID. Ready, log is null. Okay. Choice to remove ID. Okay, well, obviously we have this stuff here. Log.level. Okay, so we have the time. What is that? If time is 0, turn 0L. We'll get time. Okay. This is just, alright, this isn't gonna work. Okay, you know what? We'll just do what we did in the other one. ID L. If it is 0, then, you know, do that. Then remove it. Then say log the message, level the message. We will say not null, right? If message dot length greater than 0. So if it's not greater than 0, then we'll just not log it. And obviously system current time minus the start time. I should do it. Return end ID log dot level dot info message. And again, we will say is this. We'll just pass in nothing. This should pass it into here because this is an optional parameter. So that means it's just going to default to an empty array of strings right there. Cool. And then start, we also had methods to level string message. All right. What do we put this stuff above this stuff here to start? If message dot length greater than 0, log dot log level message. Great. And then end. Move that before it, so it starts the benchmark after it logs the message. And then this one removes it after it. Say that. So it'll get the time, then it'll remove it, so that way it's done being benchmarked. Right there. I mean, either way, this is getting the start time, and then it's returning this. So why don't I say end. It starts. There we go. Now we have the time before all this other code runs here, right? Or we could say actually is this current time, right? And then let's start. So we could do the math operation below. So it's a little more, just a minuscule amount like that, right? Micro optimization, not really gonna do anything. Not really gonna change anything really. So we remove it. If the start is 0, then just return 0, and then if there's a string passed in, then we log it, and then we return that. Cool. And then we also need the same parameters here, right? Remove the level. Start ID log dot level dot info message. Same thing, except without the message. Start ID log dot level dot info. We'll expand this. These ones don't need to be expanded. Cool. So now we could say benchmark start main. We'll just say main benchmark dot end main server has been enabled in. Okay. MS in a second. So cool. We can pass in MS, and then in the end method here, you can say replacements MS with current time minus start, and this is, where is it to be a string? Shouldn't. Level message object dot dot dot. Maybe pass it as like that. No. I want it doesn't matter. And okay, again, this is complaining string long. Well, and whatever string value of long. What's your problem? String. Okay, you are being dumb. Because the message, okay, that's why. It's because the message isn't a list. It has to be a list here. Like that. There we go. So we're automatically replacing MS with the end time in the end method. So we could just say this to log it. Log dot level dot success, like that. And here we can say server starting. Cool. So this will now log out that it's starting, and it'll start a benchmark for that. And then after all this is done, it'll take the time that it took to do this stuff. It'll print it out in here. MS. This also returns the time it took, but we're not caring about that. We're just gonna replace it right there anyways. Okay, that's done. Benchmark. We should just say actually loading I don't know. Loading everything. I mean, that's dumb. Everything. Let's just say finish loading. Whatever. Is this because there's also this server thing here. Starting enabling server benchmark.end on enabled server in MS. And then obviously we can do the same thing for down here. On disable, disabling disabled server. Great. Okay. Okay, we also need to now go here and say on enable, we could say Minecraft server or Mojang auth dot init. This was to get our skins and stuff automatically. Some other things that basically anything that requires us to connect to the Mojang authentication servers to load all that stuff in. I think it involves UIDs as well. Okay. So now I would like to start working on configuration stuff. Right. Let me close this for now. I don't think I need anything else from here. Let me open up Astra to make sure I got the latest version of my JSON stuff. This stuff here. Just copy paste because it's not dependent on anything. Place them in there. Yep, add, great. Obviously, we need to now. We now need the like file path of the data folder or wherever the server is. Log e log e that. Okay. So we have some things to replace here, like saving resources and stuff. And the folder path. Now I'm just realizing we needed something else from farm, which is we have that's weird. I did that. Huh. Oh, that's how it works. Okay. That means we say go here. It works differently than I thought. It's not just like that. you just pass in like this, and then you say in here you don't pass that in, you just pass in the time that will replace that, I believe. Okay, anyways, we need the one last thing from here, which is the folder, the folder path right here. In our mythic class, we'd say public string get folder path. So mythic dot class dot get protection domain dot get code source dot get location, and then the jar path is URL decoder dot decode URL, which is this get file, and then char set of 8, and it returns a new file of the jar path, get parent file, and then get path from the parent file, and that's our folder path for wherever our jar is stored. So now we could say mythic get instance get folder path, and then file path here. And how did I like save the file from resources here? Oh gosh, okay, there's a lot of stuff right here. To save it from resources, we need to do a lot of this stuff down here. Okay, right. So you can close this now. So we have to yeah, we have to manually save it from our resources to our data folder or plugin, or not plugin folder, but project folder, whatever. And that's all this is what this stuff does. So we say if file is null, file equals file, if file exists, return. Yep. And instead of this, basically, we're gonna add all that other stuff that we see. So try path, file to get path, right? If it contains file.separator, file get parent file, mk directories, and then say file.create new file. Okay. String file path equals file get path. Path contains file separator, file get parent file, mk directories, and then file create new file, catch file exception log e. Okay, that's the first step, creating the actual file as a new file, and any parent directories that it's in that aren't created already. And now we have to do all this stuff. So input stream, this class, the loader, and then get resource s stream final file path. So try input stream equals get class loader, get resource as stream file path, right? If it's null, then what we say is we just log it resource not found, right? Log dot level dot error resource not found, and then we pass in file path to replace this. And then we return, right? Output stream, right? Output stream, new file output stream from the file path, I assume. And then, yep, we have a byte buffer of 1024 bytes array. Yeah, basically I'm just gonna copy this stop switching through everything. So yeah, we have a buffer, a new byte array called buffer, and it's set size at 1024. Then we have another integer bytes read. We say while bytes read equals input stream dot read buffer. We pass in. Well, it's not equal 1. Then we use the output stream to write to the buffer. 0 offset, and then the bytes read. The bytes read is the length. The start offset in the data, the number of bytes to write. And then the buffer is the data. And then we close the output stream and the input stream. And then this all catches an IO exception. Log, to see. There we go. That should do that for us. And we could probably put this in like a parent class. Since I would have more than just JSON. I don't know. Because I want to add Toml to this as well. But I've never worked with it, so we'll have to see about that. That we have this stuff. All of our JSON stuff is good to go. That has no errors. This has no errors. Cool. Yeah, and then what? What do I want to do? Because right now we have no features, no world or anything either. So let's go and do that then. Right. So what do I have here? For example, server start. We'll not be able to connect because we're missing an instance. Yeah. So we need to create a new instance. So here's an example, right? Instance manager. I guess I already get instance manager. Instance container. Create instance container. With no parameters. And let's set the generator. To be a flat world. Of grass blocks. And then they do all this stuff to handle spawning player on that instance. So why don't I go ahead and copy paste this. We have an initialization, so we can go down here. I believe they start the server after that. But yeah, instance manager, instance container, that, event handler, async player configuration event, and then player needs to import as well. There we go, and pose as well. There we go, and block needs to import as well. Alright, set the chunk generators, create the instance, and then add the event to specify the spawning instance and the spawn position for the player. So there we go. And then I have this here. We have a run.bat file, which has all these different parameters and stuff. And then this acts as our spigot or paper jar that would normally be there, right? So we can create a new, sure, run.bat. Yep. Obviously, edit, paste all that in, make Minecraft, and then the version, which is 1.0.0. We should change to just this. Okay, we can assemble this. Hopefully it won't have any errors. Didn't have any errors. Wait. Build libs right here. 21 kilobytes. Cool. We can go here, here, and then do that so it can start. And I think it needs the EULA. Maybe. No. Huh. What happened there? Just opened and then shut immediately. There's an exception somewhere. I think I need to add a pause here. Pause. There we go. Right, can't find that because we haven't implemented it, of course. So then where did I implement it in my farm? Did I not do that? We have no, not in here. Our common has compile only for it. Then our build.riddle doesn't implement it anywhere. What about our common? Common does not implement it either. So how does it work here? Why does it work like that? I don't know. Let's just say go to our common here, no, not common. Go to SRC here, this one, and then we will implement these in our main build.gradle. So implementation. Like that. So that'll implement it for us, and then everything that uses the common will just have a compile only version of it. Which means I probably don't want to have my class here using the common. Which just means replace this with ID Java. Like that. And like that. Okay, now assemble. Great. Right, we don't have any repositories in central. There we go. Symbol. There we go. That's built now. Now it is much bigger, 28,000 kilobytes. I want to access jar file with the Minecraft. Okay, well that's weird. Oh right, no, it's not. Let it rename it. Okay, no pointer exception. Logger is null. Okay, why is that? Log init. Logger equals this. Oh, it's because we're doing that before. Trying to log to it before it's enabled. There we go. Loading 0ms. This is weird. Where's 0m? Hello. Huh. It's not doing anything. It's loading, then mythic Minecraft or mythic.init instance equals new mythic, and that now says Minecraft server.init. Oh, you know why? We didn't call the on enable. the. Oh, yep. Okay. Again, this is why you test whenever you can. Run. There we go. Enabled server in 171 milliseconds. Enabled server. But it doesn't say. Didn't end. It didn't say finish loading. Interesting. Was it because of this? No, right? But it does work. Say unknown command if you type in test or something. Why don't I just say that there? Right, so we put the console input to start after the benchmark ends. Yep, there we go. Finish loading in there. Oh, that's why this is here. These are colors? I don't know. They're being weird. I don't know. Let's see though. Join the local hosted server that we just started. Says joined the server. And here we are. We're on the server. As you can see, everything is dark. There's no lighting engine in the game right now. To fix that, we have to change the instance, right? So we go back here, we say lighting, set chunk supplier, lighting chunk new, right? Hello, to load real chunks and calculate lighting before players join, you can use the following code. Okay, so this is like preload some chunks before the players join. Interesting. Let's just do this for right now. Set chunk supplier. I believe we say here. And then lighting chunk. Just like that. Nope, that's what I wanted. There. Yes, okay, and then we can say we assembled it, I think, right? Make sure. There you go. Running it. Join. There we go. Now our lighting is fixed. Looks normal. We can break blocks, but it doesn't drop anything, obviously. And what did we say? Player set game mode dot adventure. When they first join, they join in adventure mode. And hit Control C to stop it. And then and then join. I'm now in adventure mode. Perfect for an RPG. We don't want people to break any blocks, and right. Cool. And obviously the world is just a bunch of grass right now. You have to change that yourself. We even had to make it, we had to say that it's grass as well with the generator there. So yeah, I guess that's the basic of Minestom with our own stuff in it, like logging, being able to type in the console here. Because if I didn't have the console input class here, then we wouldn't be able to do that, pretty sure. And we also have some utilities, like configuration stuff. Why don't we take a look at something like this? Although we don't have any commands in here. Maybe they have it sure built in. I don't know. Commands, here we go. All autocomplete commands should extend command. Each command is composed of 0 multiple syntaxes. Yep. It's an alias, right? Register new test command. So default, if no other executor can be used. All default arguments are available in the argument type class, right? Argument type that integer my number. Yep. We'll create the syntax with the callback. So under context, number, get number argument, come up here, send message, you type the number, right? Yep. So these are brigadier commands as well. Why don't we try and make one, right? In here. The main module, we could say commands. And I want a fly command, for example. Sends command. We can do that. We could say fly. Just like that. And then obviously we can just have everything else in the constructor. Set default constructor, right? Set default executor when we have the sender context. The sender is a command sender. I assume we could do this. We could say sender send please, or we could say log command. Okay, right. I commented them out, the lines down here. Though again, I don't know why I need this when I can just do log. Although this has mini message stuff in it, so I guess we'll just use it, right? Send command feedback. Please select a player, and then we'll say red. And then it automatically does reset afterwards. Return. If player allow and is allow flying, then player set allow flying false. player set flying false, and then set allow flying false, and return. Otherwise, player set allow flying true, player set flying true. Assume it's just like the Spigot API, right? And we say player send message, you enabled flight, and obviously you disabled flight. What we could do is we could simplify this, right? Enable toggle equals player is allow flying disabled, otherwise enabled, right? So then we could just say down here, set allow flying player get allow flying get allow is allow flying, and obviously player is flying you, and then we could say plus toggle. This should work. Basically all it is saying is if you are allowed to fly, then it's going to disable it, and so it'll say set it to the opposite of allow flying. If it's true, then it should disable it, and same thing for this one down here. And then we can say an argument, right? So var player, I don't know if is var just not, what's up with that? I don't know. Argument type dot string entity group, whatever. Is there a player one specifically? No. String. Hello, Twixie. Or player or string argument. No. What does this return? A string returns a argument string. Just a Minestom project I just started. If you don't know what Minestom is, it's like it's like its own server API, except it has no Minecraft features implemented in it. So like for instance on this server right now, this is a server I just created. It's just a flat world. If I was to mine something, couldn't do it. I mean, let's see. Yeah, they could be not flying, right? So then we'll just have to unsimplify it up here then. Yeah, you pretty much implement whatever feature that you want for your server. So it's better for if you Minestom is for servers that it would be easier to add the features you want, rather than removing the features that you don't want for your server. But usually for like SMPs, it's easier to just remove features that you don't want. It is a pain. It will be a pain to create an SMP in Minestom, for example, because you'd have to add everything. Like even if you right-click a chest, nothing will happen. You have to implement that yourself. Okay. Right. We're saying argument string player argument. Argument type, not string, player. Argument right dot. Is there like there's string, or is there like word? Oh yeah, there is word. But then we want to use word, not string. I assume. Right. Word is what? I don't know. represents a single word in the command. Those are the valid words with I won't be able to with from string restrictions. Okay, right. Well, let's just not use that. We don't need to use that. Okay, so we have that, and then Minecraft server get connection manager, find online player, and we'll do that in a second. Here, add syntax under context, and then get the argument there. So add syntax context. Player argument get. How did they do it? Context.get. Player argument. The find online player will return a player. Target equals that. However, is nullable if target is null. And we'll say then well, we need the get sender. No, we already have the sender. How are we doing? If sender instance of player, right, there we go. Player send message. Yes, I know. Invalid player. Okay, let's get their username. Target username. Turn, and then obviously we can move this up above here. So, what I want to do is say here, player equals sender instance of player p. If it is an instance of player, then it's p. Otherwise, it's null. When is player equals player not equal null. Okay. Now we can go down here and we just say get rid of that and we say if is player, then send that. Otherwise, just say log send command feedback invalid player target username. Okay. Now we just have to toggle their flight again, basically. So we'll just copy this and we'll go down here and we'll say target player okay, you disabled target get username flight enabled, and then obviously if this player send command feedback you enabled flight. Disabled. That should be it, right? I don't know what the difference is. Add syntax versus add new syntax without condition versus add subcommand, right? Interesting. Argument callback, set number, and the player type set text. Like to warn the player, argument requires number, not text. Right. callbacks come in. Argument number is set callback. We don't need that, I don't think, because we're already checking if it's a player. Command data. Every syntax can return optional data. Right, and that. Syntax set return data. Let's see. Every time a syntax is called, it can be retrieved from command result. As you do, execute command as a server sender. Benefit of not putting anything on send message. Permit to differentiate the sender from a player or the console. Interesting. So a server sender is different than a console sender. That's weird. Anyways, we have our fly command. We now need to register it. So microserver get command register. Like command manager.register. We just do that in the constructor down here. Register this. Okay. That means in our when I'm building Minecraft, we'd have to do that. So maybe we should just put it. Maybe we should just move this into our common module up here. Why did it move? What's okay? It's just dumb. There. Now you'd say new y and now symbol. We'll see if that works, right? No, I did not want to do that. I clicked on it once. Thank you. God, misclicking is a pain. So it's already enabled. Fly. No response. Great. Enabled flight. Okay, well it works if I put in my username, or not just the default. Which is interesting. What's the point of that? I think the default is if you can't. Execute if no other executor can be used. What other executor would there be to use? Right? Because this doesn't really make much sense. Does this mean that 5 is required, or the player name is required? Like, it shouldn't be. Create the syntax with the callback. And add an infinite number of arguments. Right. This is confusing. Doesn't make much sense. I think what we need to do is say add subcommand or something. Although it takes in a command, so we'd have to create a new command, which is not very cool. But this works if we put the player name in. But then this doesn't work if we don't put the player name in, which is weird. So then what if I just say this, mark that out. Oh yeah, and then, there's an error, that's why. And parser, exception, well, execute command fly. So username is null. What? Oh, it's because it's trying to, okay. Yeah, so it's just doing this when I don't input a player name. So that's weird. That is really not cool, in my opinion. This seems more complicated than Brigator in paper, and that's not very complicated at all, to be honest. This is if no other executor could be executed or used. So I guess we have to use like a subcommand. They don't have anything about subcommands in here apparently. So add sub command, new command, y, or well, wouldn't this just, that doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't this just right? Like that'd mean you have to type out player, wouldn't it? Add syntax. What is this? If not set default executor. What? Okay. What the heck, dude? What's going on? I don't think they didn't cover this. Like, so what like in this example here, what happens if you don't type 5? It's gonna return null right here or something, or an exception because you didn't type 5. Right? They don't go over that. So what if, okay, what if I say, what do I put this here? Then we say command player subcommand command player, and then I say set default executor under context, then we put this in there, and obviously we need the argument, right? Argument like that. This says, well, that's dumb. That's why, because yeah, player subcommand, there we go. Okay, well, I don't know, this is weird, as I said. And then add subcommand, player subcommand. I don't know, let's see what happens here. Right. Would it not just be like, why then you'd have to type out player and then the player name after? I don't understand. It's a really weird system that they set up for commands. No, stop opening the, God, I hate that button. Okay. There we go. So fly player, email player, yeah. Enable fly, disable fly, and then what if I just did this? Okay, well there we go. But now it's suggesting player because this is a subcommand, right? So, but if you just put player, then it's like, oh, not a person. That doesn't make any sense to me. But it works. Right? Like subcommand, that's what you would imagine. as like a literal string argument, or a literal subcommand or argument. Meanwhile, we don't want a literal argument, we want a required argument in terms of paper brigader. Maybe it's just, is the default if it can't, like, you know, let's just say private void y, and then pass that in, and then say, and sender, and context. Well, this one doesn't actually use context, so it's fine. So default executor up here, we just call fly sender. That's the default. And then what do we say? Add syntax under context. Then we say fly sender. And then we add another syntax, except this one gets the argument. Obviously, all this stuff. We can remove that. And then well, okay, I don't know. What happens if we add more than one syntax, right? Syntax without condition. Syntax add condition syntax. So what's a condition syntax? Syntax is simply a list of arguments and an executor called when successfully parsed. So argument. Okay. I'm just gonna return statement. There we go. So maybe it's just that. I'm gonna say that. So it's probably just condition, just what we're supposed to be using. Let's see. Okay, well, that's dumb. What is your problem? What do you want? Are you kidding me? Okay, what the heck do you want? Command condition. What would the command condition be? I don't know. What do you mean command condition? No. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, dude, they did not explain any of this on their documentation. This is all they have on commands. Right? Yeah, that's all they have on their documentation for commands. All they explained was syntax, and they didn't explain condition syntax. What do you put for the condition? Right? What is a command condition? used to know if the command center is allowed to run the command or a specific syntax. So like permission. Alright, but we don't need a permission. We just say true. Not like that, but Lord can run stupid new command condition turn true. There you go. And then this can replace with lambda. Okay, there. This is that server shutting down that time. Why? Okay. Why? There we go. Disable, enable. Why? There we go. Now it works just fine. So it's condition syntax with the argument, or maybe it's just add syntax. Maybe this just has like an argument. It does. Executor and args. So it's not even conditioned. It's just passing an argument. Did they specify that? Oh, they did, but they didn't call any attention to it. Here I am looking at just this. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Okay, well there we go. Man. Should work just fine now, right? So before we were doing the same thing except with a condition that just returns true every time. And now we don't have to worry about a condition. Although we do want to add a condition for this command, and that would be like, is an operator or something. And then obviously there's no /op command, so we're going to have to create that too. In which case we'll store the opt players in a JSON file. So again, fly enabled, enabled. Okay, what is returns yourself if it doesn't have the player, apparently. Weird. Whatever. Don't know how we'd suggest like a list of online player names, but whatever. Let's just create another command, or actually let's make this string. Can I like oh yeah, set condition. Return sender is so if sender player turn player is as what the heck is I don't think there is like an operator thing, so we'd have to we have to do that manually too, like a list of operators or whatever. Operators. instance, right? Private operator manager, private final no set UID operators with new hash set. Okay. Right, and then we'll have final JSON config operator config with new JSON config, and we'll say operators JSON, and then we will go and make that in here. Operators JSON, and just add it like that by default. Okay. And then public void load operators. I should make this private. Operators option operator config options get set operators for each string. Come on, quit it. UID try UID from string catch illegal argument exception E log E. Okay, and then operators and UID. Okay, we need to return there. Okay, right, easy. We can say load operators. Okay, now we can say public boolean is operator player turn operators. We'll actually put in a UID here. Operators contains UID. And we'll make the same thing except for player turn is operator. Okay, there we go. And obviously private void save operators. Operators clear. No, operators config options clear. Okay, operator config options. Operators for each ID. Average config. Set operators dot plus. Okay, no, it's just simply operators config. Set operators to operators set hash set. Which means this is wrong too. I'm not doing this right either. It's simply could be get set, although I think it's just get string list. Operators clear just in case, and then we'll say operators add all. This seems to be set out of or not. This is stupid. Right, it's a string list. Oh my god. Shush, import. We'll set UID set. You know, we don't even need that. Forget it. Ready strings for each string. Again. It's gonna return. I'm gonna print it out because I don't care to know that. It's gonna get replaced anyways if it's not in the operator's set. You know what we could do? Forget this. Forget this. Oh my god, move out of the dang way. Sheesh. And then, of course, Nord. I don't care. There you go. Of course. There you go. Now it's not no happy. Great. There you go. Okay. Now we're loading everything in. But also to say this. Get out of the way. Move. Cool. There you go. And I'm tired of having to freaking type operators out. You can just say config because it's annoying. Really, really annoying. Okay. Operator, manager, get instance is operator, player. Otherwise return true. Is there not a player? There we go. Should be fine. I know operator, manager, instance, and then just like that. Okay. And now in our main class here are our onEnable method. When the player joins, we're gonna say we're gonna go up here, we're gonna say operator, manager, get instance, that'll initialize it, and then down here we'll say if we don't even need to set anything down here. Set permission level 4. So it's between 0 and 4, and if they're on operator, operator manager is operator player, and set their permission level to 4. And over here, we don't even need the operator manager anymore. Just say player get permission level 4. Great. And of course, that's just one thing. They have to be an operator, basically. Okay, now how do we add someone to the operator list? Well, we have to do that manually. So public void add operator player operators add player unique ID, sure. And then we say public void remove operator player operators remove player unique ID. Okay. Alright. I'm going to stop the stream soon because I'm already tired, to be honest. Evidently must have not gotten a lot of sleep last night. Anyways. Op command. Great, shush. needs to be level 4 to use it, so God. Jesus Christ. Mm. Very good. Great. You can push up a sender, right? Again, the condition, how are we gonna opt someone if nobody's opt? Well, that's fine, we can use the console. The opt command. Great. Simply same thing, except remove operator target, remove operator player. Great. The op. New op command, new op command. Is that above fly? Okay. We also need to say in here when the add operator set permission level 4, and then down here set permission level 0. Because it should be between 0 and 4. Is between. Whatever. We'll see. We actually need to do the save operators in the on disable method. You can do it after stop cleanly, I believe. On disable. Okay, that's why it's not stopping cleanly, because we never called on disable when we stop the server. But to do that, we need we can make a stop command. Let's just say return false if they are a player. We're going to say return sender instance of console sender. Lambda, there you go. Sender instance of console sender. And then all we need to do is set default executor to mythic get instance on disable. We don't need any of this other stuff. Don't need this. There you go. Now we can do we could say we typed out /stop to close the server cleanly. We just need to go down to mythic and we say use stop command like that. But I would also like to add a console hook or whatever, right? Console, right? Console input and then console shutdown hook. Extend shutdown hook. I don't know. Java shutdown hook. Right. Yep. Right. You create a new thread and register it with the runtime class using the add shutdown hook method. The JVM begins its shutdown sequence. It will start all registered shutdown hooks in an unspecified order, then run them concurrently. Yep. So that's it. So we don't even need this. In which case, I can simply logging, and then here you can say runtime, get runtime, add shutdown hook. Mythic on. Okay, come on now. Really? Mythic on disable. Right. So obviously this is just gonna be dumb, so I guess I have to do this. Right, and now it's like, oh, okay, yep, do that. There you go. Happy now. Freaking weirdo. Okay. So now when we hit Control C, it'll also shut down. It'll also run on disable. Hopefully. Right. Let's add it there, not after the input. Put down. Yes. Okay, go over here. Here. There. Run. Ugh. Okay, there. Get folder path. Instance is null. Great. That is really stupid. Init. New. Anything like that. Okay. Happy now. Every time. There we go. Data operators.json. It's an empty file right now. So it's the empty map in there. Okay, now we can say we go in here. We join the server, right? Right, and then if I was to hit Control C, okay, well that's dumb. Stopping Minestom server, shutting down Minestom server, stop successfully. Disabling server, disabled in 0ms, which means disabling server, stop cleanly, save operators. Did that, but it didn't kick the players correctly because I still get this BS. Well, I guess it did, but no, because I still have open report directory. Just dumb. So what I want to do instead is say, not bucket, Minecraft server, get connection manager, get online players for each. This is a collection, okay. Player, kick, server shutting down. Okay, great. So now we're kicking everybody manually with the server shutdown message. As you can see, our data folders there. It's great. They're operators stuff. If I was to join again, okay, now we'll see what it says when I hit Control C. Nothing. Great, love that. So annoying. Built, right? Built it. Did it not build? I don't. Guess not, because this one's a 1210. I don't know. It is calling the on disable, so should be running that kick whenever I Control C. Okay, well, disabling server, disabled server. Why don't I add a log here? Log, kicking online players. Kicked online players. Yes, okay, great. Does it kick me before that? That doesn't really make any sense. Kicking online players. I see. So it's kicking online players and then somehow it's running this before this finishes. Which is weird. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see this and then let's run it again and then I'll try /stop instead, or just, yeah, I'll try typing stop in here. So we're showing it. Okay, now it worked. Kicking on the players there, stopping, showing stop successfully. Disabled server. Go to we'll see to that. Okay, well that's annoying. Why don't we say here, because obviously the shutdown hook and when we hit Control C, I think that Minestom has its own shutdown hook that'll run before ours, which is annoying. So that means remove C to shut down. Signal handler to intercept the SIGINT signal triggered by Control C. One approach involves using a shutdown hook. A shutdown hook is, yeah, whatever. Right. Control C is disabled for the one to exit. What? Right, what? Huh? How does that override Control C? New thread to be run during shutdown. Right, so obviously with the shutdown hook, it runs a new thread, obviously. And that's why it shuts down that before it runs this, because of my own shutdown hook, I assume. I don't know. I assume it's shutting down just before it's doing this because this runs, it's on a new thread, so it's probably running on its own, which means like after whatever. But then again, I don't know. Let's just ignore the shutdown hook for now, and we'll just do stop. Yeah, we'll just ignore that for now. Just do the stop command to stop the server, like normal. Let's test our operator stuff, shall we? So obviously /y, no permission, /op, no permission. If I run it here, okay, well that message is incorrect. But now I can run this, I can run that, I can do op, whatever, okay. So stuff is, the commands need to be reworked, obviously, but that's fine. Let's check the, if we were to stop the server, I have to do Control C to terminate that. Operators, okay, didn't save. That's probably because didn't say save changes true truncate just whatever. We didn't do that. That's why I didn't save. It's not a problem. If I was to remove the pause, then I shouldn't have to do Control C, or actually I might still have to. Well, there we go. So remove pause. Now it's still there. Okay. Alright, no permission. We run. Opt. Yeah, obviously need to change that again. Well, that doesn't matter for right now. And then we can say stop. Disable server. Control C, yes. Annoying. We'll fix that another time. Data operators. There we go. Now we have a list of operators of UID strings in there. And then when I load the server again, should load me into the operators map. And then when I join, it should set my permission level automatically. Yep, fly, there we go. So that's how you have to manually save and load opt players, for example. In Minestom, again, gotta do it manually. Gotta implement whatever you want to implement yourself. Even with worlds, every time we start the server, this world is generated anew. You have to manually save the world to a folder and load the world from the folder or whatever. But that's what they have, it's called the Anvil loader. They have that, yeah, Anvil loader. It helps with, loading and saving worlds. So, right. It's not too difficult to do that. So, yep. But I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. Probably eat lunch. I don't know, take a nap, something like that. If you guys like the coding streams, even when they're not too long, I did open a Ko-Fi and a Patreon a couple days ago. You can check that out. It's I'll just type the command, right? I think donate. Yep, there we go. There's Ko-Fi, Patreon. Patreon is like memberships monthly, while Ko-Fi is like just tip, like any amount for one-time payment. Even $1 goes a long way. Even if you donate $1 on Ko-Fi, you get a permanent donor role in my Discord if you join that as well. I assume you have to connect your Discord to your Ko-Fi account or something. But yeah, anyways, it helps out. I'm aiming to get new games to stream that I've never played before. So yeah, it helps out a lot. And obviously join the Discord, follow, subscribe on YouTube, like this stream on YouTube if you're watching this later, all that stuff, you know, the usual fanfare, whatever, comment, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you for everyone who watched and tuned in. Always appreciated, and we will see you guys in the next stream.